Hey Virgo, welcome to Dark Eve Tarot. I'm Eve. We're getting you a message here, and I have pre pulled oracle cards for you. So we have Cradled by the Sky. So this is kind of telling me that there's something on pause here for you, and I want to say that it is on pause by the universe. You could have a hand in it too, obviously, because you're participating. But what it reminds me of is like that I don't know, it kind of feels like that Fool card where you're taking a jump, but it's not bright and sunshiny. There's a lot of like haze or fog or something where you don't really know what to expect. I mean, you don't know the what lies ahead kind of thing. But the thing is, it's not blind. You're not taking a blind step into something, but you're really just being suspended here. It's like it's just about being like on pause because something is coming up that you need to be ready for. And so then we have this cathedral in the woods. And to me, I feel like this is an assessment for you to really think about what is important to you. And it's significant because you have like this behind her, there's like this light shining down, and it's shining down on the trees and nature and stuff like that. It's like cathedral in the woods. It's like it's like the way you look at things, like like nature being your church or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like what's important to you. Where do you get your wisdom from? What is your source of replenishment? You know, like stuff like that. Like what gets your juices flowing? It feels kind of like just like discovering something, Virgo. But like it's also simplistic. Like it doesn't have to be this elaborate cathedral or whatever, right? It can just be a forest. And here, this wasteland's absolution, it kind of feels like, to me, I don't know why, but it just feels like something to do with boundaries somehow, where it's like this, like wastelands. It's like what is wasteful? What is wasteful? What are you wasting your time on? What are you wasting your energy on? And are these things that you're spending your energy and your time on, are they even appreciated? Are they even worth it? So it's almost like I don't know. It's kind of like just knocking down some kind of like fanciful boundaries you have. Like maybe they're big and far away, and they they include things in your space that don't need to be there or whatever. It's almost like kind of knocking that down and creating some new boundaries, and for energy's sake, like what, like for your energy. So anyway, that's what I'm getting for the three, like reading these down in a row. But we're gonna get tarot here, and we're just gonna pull a few cards to look at each one individually. So the Cradled by the Sky. This is like, you know, the universe putting you on pause. I want to say almost in preparation. It's like you want to jump into something, but you're meant to wait a second. Well, maybe not a second, maybe a little bit. Wow, yeah. Something totally needs to wrap up here. We have the World card coming out here, and that's a completion of something. That's the end of a cycle. It's finishing up. So it's almost as if you think you're finished with something, but the universe has a different idea. And I'm using the word universe loosely It could be like your guides. It could be whatever, whatever deity you're into or whatever, but it's like I'm just saying the universe. So the universe has decided that you're not quite ready, and they're actually coming like putting a pause on your physical actions in this aspect. Like, yo, what? Like, hold up, hold up. We're not quite finished here. Five of Swords. See, now this is. It's not only just a card of change. I mean, because all the fives are really change in general, but we've got this kind of like there's one there it's like one is standing out amongst the others. Obviously there's a winner and there's a loser in the Five of Swords, but in this deck it kind of feels a little bit different. This to me it feels like there is, like, let's say if this were a competition or something, which competition is more that, like the Five of Wands, but still, it's like all of these swords are very, very, they look, from the outside, they all look the same, but there's actually one that's a little bit different, and it's something invisible, like energetics. So I don't know, it's like, and it's somehow tied to how you feel right here, like, because you felt like jumping in. But it's like the universe is telling you, no, you're not really done percolating yet. You've got to let like this final energy like absorb or do its thing before we unpause you. And I think the change of the five is how, like, it's just a slight tweak change in you somehow. Yeah, it all adds up. So we have the Four of Cups here, and to me it feels like things are just kind of like, you gotta let it all, like, let all the stuff stack up, like, let it compound within you. Whatever, it feels just very energetic, like there are just energies swirling around you. And I don't know if you've just been asking for things, like asking the universe to help you with something energetically, but it feels like they're trying to do what you asked for, and you're just kind of getting ahead of yourself, or at least tried to get ahead of yourself. But whatever it is, it's like the purpose of the pause is for you to have a little bit more kind of like emotional stability before you move along. And so here we have the Cathedral in the Woods, and that is that, like, it almost feels like swordsy and wandsy a little bit, because it's like you've got this element of, like spirituality or whatever, but you also have like this strong feeling of discernment to me, like really getting down to the nitty gritty, the basics of what has the most power for you, what is the best for you, what is not good for you, what really like energizes you. It's like what revitalizes you. Or even just what like makes you feel good, feel safe, healthy, loved, just all that stuff all wrapped in, and it has something to do with like the natural world. So I'm assuming this is the tower, right? Yeah, it's the tower. So it's like after you do this figuring out, it's like there's this there's a deconstruction that happens. I kind of want to say something something falls apart naturally, like the way it should be. It makes like I don't know, whatever deconstructs here, it feels like it's what needs to be done. It doesn't seem like super shocking or anything like a regular like a typical tower moment would be. Yeah, see, look, this revitalizes you. It's like you get some kind of strength back. I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like I mean, I'm just kind of getting with this 10 of wands here like the masterpiece is complete or something like that, where there's there's all these levels that you've been through, Virgo, and each one, you know, unique in itself, but it almost seems as if, like, whatever these, like, little trials or tribulations or whatever they are, seems like on their own, each one is pretty significant. But I think during this process, this cathedral in the woods, right? It's like you realize that all of these things were all part of this greater thing. And it's like you're able to see it. Maybe the unexpected part of the tower is you seeing it and finally getting to the end of what maybe you didn't realize was a very, very, very long cycle. Because it's like it's not just about like wrapping it up. You know, this could be like wrapping up like the last tick, right? It's like you've been through all of this, you wrap up the last little whatever wand that is, and then like that activates the big wand, like the ace of wands, you know what I mean? And it's like all this energy just floods in, and it's like you've been revitalized somehow. It's very interesting. So let's look at the bottom one here, the wastelands absolution, which really to me is just, I mean, for you in this reading, this card is about boundaries. It's like using what you've learned. It's like you've had like this, you have this experience here, and you've learned a lot about what is good for you here, and you're going to put it into practice, Virgo. You're going to put it into practice. Well, you're going to do whatever you want, but let's see what happens when you put it into practice. Okay, I can see that some of you here are not gonna follow like aren't gonna follow through with whatever this is. See, this has to do with confidence. You see the yellow, the flowers are yellow here. There's this has to do with confidence and confidence and like knowing that you have the experience that you need. That's this right here, right? You've done it. Confidence in knowing that you have the experience you need to complete whatever this task is. And then we have temperance. Man, this is huge. I'm just getting a huge energy with this temperance, and it feels like it's you, Virgo. You're huge. You're so much bigger, and you can tap into such ancient things, like this ancient forest, you know? It's like you can tap into such ancient things. You have a lot of support from the universe. But there is, like, just because it's this whale and it's like whales aren't like super speedy and stuff, you know? It's like you can take your time with this. Because it seems like there's a finality to whatever these boundaries are about. And you're supposed to take it seriously. Like, do your thing, like, analyze it, you know? And I love, okay, so we have the Five of Cups here, and it's like there's something about the way, like, the glasses are shattering. It's like this is actually pretty cool. Because here, it's like, with this one, you've got like this stacking that was beneficial for you. Stacking things up, adding things together, a cumulative something or other, right? And that was good for you at the moment. But things changed with this tower, with this realization, an acknowledgement of this big happening that was a bunch of little happenings, right? So what that does is it's a shattering of it's a shattering of a perspective is what I'm seeing, an emotional perspective here. And it's not a bad thing. It's like you see how in this, let's compare them. You see how in this card, the 4, there's no spillage. It's like the same thing being recycled throughout, right? It's the same shit. Here it's like finally the glass breaks and like you've got that flow of this energy that you're tapped into, that you know how to like revitalize yourself, and you know what I mean. It's like you're gonna figure out some new way to do something in your life, and it's gonna make the world a difference, and you're going to be able to see it in your regular day-to-day life. There's some kind of improvement that is happening, and you may not realize it right now, but it's happening, and you have the ability to keep it going, okay? And like to run with it, to go with it, to bring this 7 to the 10. You know what I mean? Anyway, Virgo, this is your message. Take what resonates. I'll see you later. Bye.